And away we go. It is the Aftermath presented by Galactic Fried Chicken right here on BearcatJournal.com. Head down to Dayton, Kentucky, right near the levee, just right on the same street. And go see our good friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. They will get you taken care of. They have the best fried chicken in greater Cincinnati, and it's gluten-free. Great chicken, fried chicken wings, breasts, thighs, legs, awesome chicken tenders, great French fries, and of course, that amazing galactic sauce to get you going. So go see Shane. Tell him Bearcat Journal sent you. All right, Aaron. Bearcats are back. 94-63 winners over Western Carolina. Overall, pretty pleased with the performance. There were things to work on. You can tell this is a team that has not played a lot of basketball. You could tell Wes Miller at times was throwing some rather interesting rotations out there. But all in all, I thought it was a good opening night performance. Coaches love this kind of thing. They played well. They got a convincing win, but there's still a lot to go back into practice tomorrow as they get ready for Friday.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Sorry, I was editing. I apparently put Utah. I didn't on the copy and paste. I have the Aftermath Utah. I need to change that. My thoughts. I thought they played better in the first half. I thought they got a little sloppy coming out of the half. Obviously, not a bad game by any stretch. I think the headline of this game is going to be whatever happens with Buck Harris. But on a much lighter note, you had Sean Abayev with 18, first freshman to have 18 since Sean Kilpatrick. Thanks to Joe Daneman for that little gem of a stat. And Mustafa Cham with 18, Baba Miller with 18, and 10 rebounds, giving him a double-double. And another freshman, Jordy Rodriguez, joining the fray of the double-digit scorers. So I don't know. I liked what they did shooting-wise. I thought for the most part they took good shots. I thought shot selection was pretty good. When you end up with 20 assists, they were making the extra pass more often than not. Not a ton of ISO in this game. Most of the ISO you saw was either Sean Abayev or Baba for the most part. But you're muted.
I didn't think Baba ISO'd too much. I mean, it's not really his game.
It was a couple times early in the first half where he would just go around somebody. And I didn't mind it because I think more often than not it's going to be a mismatch for whoever is guarding him, truthfully.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a whole lot of fours who can handle his handles.
Size, length, handles. Like, he's so insanely talented. So insanely talented.
I thought defensively, though, this team probably has some work to do. You forced quite a few turnovers in this one, as what was it, 22 turnovers. So that was pretty good. I thought they had far more opportunities for blocks than the stats show, only tallying 7. They had plenty of opportunities for probably seriously 15. But you're muted again. I don't know what you're doing over there.
I feel like I'm getting a chest cold. So coughing a little bit tonight. They were throwing a lot of rainbows up, trying to avoid the big bodies, which, when you get more into conference stuff, or you get, into the high major teams, you won't see that as much. Teams will challenge a little bit more.
Those are my initial thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I you saw a little bit tonight of why I've talked about, if this team is going to reach their ceiling, if you will, it'll be with Baba as their best player, or as one of that group of best, night in, night out best players because he's just a matchup problem. He's really good on the boards. He's got good effort. He's got good energy. He can handle it. He can drive. I mean, the fast break in the second half, he caught it at half court, dribbled once, and dunked it easily, and didn't even come close to traveling. Like, he's athletically, physically, just kind of a unicorn. And Cincinnati hasn't had one of those in a while. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch for me.
I saw plenty of hustle out there today, though, and that was something that we wanted to make sure that we saw. I thought they could have done a little better on the boards. 7 offensive rebounds, not great, especially in a game that you missed.
They shot 54% from the floor, Aaron.
I get it, but even still, you were
clearly not.
You were way bigger than that team. Way bigger.
Yeah, but if you don't miss a bunch of shots, you're not going to get a bunch of offensive rebounds.
You missed a hand. I mean, you missed 10 free throws too. In any case, again, not something that I'm terribly concerned with. I think that's an area where you can probably do better.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I think a lot of their, and I thought the problem was more offensive rebounds. They allowed 14 offensive rebounds. Like, they got to clean that up. But some of that was also, I mean, they missed 18 threes, Western Carolina did. And you're going to get a lot of long rebounds. Like, you're going to get some funky, rebound stuff that allows some offensive rebounds out around the free throw line that I thought Western Carolina got to. I thought the rebound, it could have obviously been better, but I didn't look at it as something yet that I thought was a problem. Now, as you go on a little bit further, I'll hold the right to change my opinion on that, but I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me as hey, the rebounding looks like crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I just think it's something you potentially could have improved on. But I liked the minutes that we saw. I didn't mind the rotations really at all. I didn't see anything that bothered me as far as that goes. Not in a game like this. I thought the minutes that you got from your bench were important. I thought that everybody played well. We continue to see great minutes out of both McKinley and Zella, which makes you feel better about whatever's going on with Jalen Haynes. I thought the minutes by Jordy Rodriguez were encouraging, especially not knowing what's going on with Buck Harris. I thought the minutes that we saw out of Keyshawn Tillery were fantastic. So I think that there's plenty to be excited about this team as you just are in your opening game with plenty to work on. This is certainly not the finished product, as you have 30 more of these to try and figure it out, but plenty to be excited about if you're a fan.
Yeah, I think Wes said in the post game, he didn't say it in the media interview, but I think he said in the post game that they did imaging or did a quick first look and didn't find anything with Harris's wrist.
Yeah, I imagine that means that they're going to conduct an MRI, make sure that there's not anything
like a hairline or anything
real bad in there or anything. But it sounds like best case scenario, you're looking at a wrist sprain. He still can't move it well, apparently. But you're probably looking at best case scenario, a pretty bad sprain. Worst case scenario, you got a hairline or something like that. So
that would be worst case because he had what? 3 steals in 90 seconds.
9 minutes.
I think he was only credited with 2 of them, but he had 3 steals in 90 seconds at one point.
I'm seeing 3 here on the final stat
well,
lines.
I think one was from a different period in the game. I think there was one stretch of 90 seconds that he had 3, but I think they gave 1 to somebody else. And then he had another one later.
9 minutes, 3 steals, 3 fouls.
He's balls to the wall, dude. Like, he is an absolute menace when he's out there.
He was, I thought he was electric out there. Like,
yeah, he's really fun to watch.
Both ways. But yeah, we got to see, I think we got to see, I won't say his ceiling by any stretch, but I think we saw more of Mustafa Cham today than we saw in either exhibition. Both ways. I think you saw far more.
As it should be against a bye game.
I mean, I think it's a little different too when the game means something.
Sure.
As opposed to an exhibition. You don't want to end up injured or anything like that. The one time you don't mute.
I think my clicker's not working right because I click and it double click. Did you see? Like I was like doing fucking a strobe effect with my camera turning off.
You're a mess over there, man.
Anyhow, whatever. How positive is it to see Big Slime walking on his own power without a boot or crutches? Well, they don't put boots on your knee. And I don't think it means a whole lot. I think it's still going to be a while if he makes it back this year. Like, get your mind out of if it's anything before January, I would be absolutely shocked, and probably longer than that. So you guys can. I've told you all I can. They're obviously not releasing it. So if I don't want to piss people off, I can't say exactly everything I know. I'm trying to condition you guys by telling you it's going to be a while. So you can stop like going and looking pregame and trying to like, make your own.
Just loop it.
Holiday in the Express last night. I think I can tell when it's going to be a while. So listen, I'm trying to help you guys. Yeah, it could have been like TCU and lost to New Orleans. Could have been like X and almost lost to Marist, trailing in the final 2 minutes. So
what's Rothstein call that? The epitome
of brutality.
There it is.
Which
cornball.
I'm not even going to that. No, it's not your bad. It's not you, Cincy Toughness. That's a culmination of everybody like trying to be an investigative reporter. I'm telling you, it's going to be a while.
Super funny. I sat behind the bench tonight and didn't realize until now that our walk-ons names are Buckingham and Derbyshire, and we have to get a Peaky Blinders thing going on.
It's very 1870s.
That's funny.
Very 1870s. Defensively, I thought they were fine. Like, they've got the Stansberry kid that's really good. The Cal kid, 23. Stansberry was 0. He's the kid that had 23. Cal with 12. They made it tough on him. The size bothered him, but they were feeding Stansberry a lot and trying to get something going because he was really the only one that had the positional size to make an impact. But they were active in passing lanes. I thought they really kept Western Carolina from getting in any of their stuff. They had to make some tough shots over the defense, which you're okay with. If a guy's going to shoot a 3 with a hand right in his face, sometimes it goes in, and that's what happens. But what I didn't see a lot of late closeouts. I didn't see a lot of sloppy footwork. It looked a lot better, and it's gonna because the level of talent is a lot lower. But it looked a lot better than the 2 exhibition games.
Yeah, for sure. Especially there was one possession where they get the the clock expires, and Shaunabayev was actually the last guy on the ball handler. And I think that was encouraging by the fact that you have a guy who isn't known for his defense coming into his very first game, and he's out there running a little bit of lockdown D there to get the time clock violation. So
yeah, he's learning. He had a couple instances where Wes had him come over, took him out, had him come over and talk like, with the coach right there on the sideline. There was a play on the left wing in the second half where he bid on a pump fake and his footwork was bad. Had a bad closeout. Wes took him out, called him over. Hey,
it was reminiscent of what we've seen with Dan. Actually, I thought when I was watching that, it was almost like seeing the rerun of what we'd saw.
Hopefully, he won't still be doing the same thing in year 3. But
well, he already moves better with the ball, so
yeah. But yeah, I mean, they funneled the ball to the rim pretty well. They made him take some long contested threes. Overall, defensively, plenty to work on, but a good starting point, I guess, is what I would say.
It's about what you expect in a game against Western Carolina.
Especially, look, man, the reality is you're in the preseason for like 2-3 weeks now because you've got new teams and they've never played together and you're figuring out rotations and who plays well with who and, who is where in their development now that you're, playing against other teams. People don't like to hear that. But it's just not the same college basketball anymore where there's some years you're ready to hit the ground running. You're not. Your teams never played together.
Steve Logan was on the broadcast tonight filling in for Terry Nelson, and he talked about how Wes is advocating for more exhibition games. And Steve said he thinks that the perfect number is actually 4. That way you do have the opportunity, especially in the way that college basketball is going right now with the transfer portal, to just figure out what you have, because you shouldn't be playing games that count, not really knowing what you have, not having played against anything other than your own guys at that point. And now 2 exhibitions, which
and the exhibitions, because you don't know anything about the other team, there's no tape for you to scout or go through on the other team. So you're just kind of going in blind and hey, Michigan had not played an exhibition before UC played them. Arkansas had not played an exhibition before UC played them. So even if UC wanted to study those teams, there would have been nothing really to game plan for.
Yeah. But that was kind of one of the things that Wes said. I think they had a gentleman's promise not to actually prep the normal way for a game.
Arkansas did.
They did film prep and all that.
Oh yeah, Cal told him, "You scared the crap out of us with that Michigan game. We've been watching that tape for 3 days."
What are we doing?
So maybe that explains the Arkansas game a little bit more as well.
That explains plenty. What are we doing, Cal? Always looking to get an upper hand, that one. Shocker.
It's a shisty shyster. But I don't know, you want to go over the individuals? You got anything else?
Not really. I mean, if this was Dayton, we would certainly have more to break down, but this was not that. Dayton and Louisville will be us. We're all in game 1 form here. So we'll start right at the top. Mr. Double.
I don't. By the way, I don't know if you saw Louisville at halftime tonight.
I did not.
They're up like 53-15, and the South Carolina State team they're playing didn't have a single starter score a point in the first half.
That's rough.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, we'll start off right at the top. 18, but he had a double-double, so we'll give it to him. Also because he was second highest on the plus minus. But Baba Miller, 18 points, 7 of 9 from the field, 0 for 2 from behind the arc, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 offensive, 9 defensive, giving him 10 rebounds on the night, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 24 minutes played, plus 23. Again, second leading on the team there in the plus minus.
His upside's amazing. Like, we got to see what it looks like when he's playing guys his size, because obviously Western Carolina didn't have any answer for a 6'11" four-man that can dribble, shoot, pass, rebound, block shots, like
all the things.
All the things. He can do all these, like, the baseball. He's a 5-tool guy. He's got all the tools. Western Carolina didn't have any answer for that, which you would expect, but you got to go out there and do it, and he went out there and did it.
He had easily the dunk of the night with his tomahawk right through the lane. And look, his first dunk, I thought, where the two-hand flush, bringing the knees up. I like that too. So good to see him out there. I think he had 3 of the dunks tonight. I think Chom had the other 2.
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah, he had a great night, efficient from the floor. The only shots he missed were his threes, so I'll take it.
7 of 7 from 2. That dog will hunt.
Speaking of hunting dogs,
they're fighting over a bone. Go ahead.
All right. Then we'll move on to. We'll give the nod to Sean Abayev. 18 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 for 2 from the line, 2 defensive rebounds, 1 assist, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, 24 minutes played, plus 16.
And my favorite part of his game all day, Aaron, opening possession. Got the ball, had a step on his defender, swipes through, left hand, straight to the rim, layup. Like, put him on notice. Don't go out there and be a little shy at the start of the game. Go out there, put him on notice, let him know you got to deal with me. And I love that from him early.
You saw him at all 3 levels, though. You saw him do that. Yeah. You saw him knock down from the corner of the free throw line, and
hit one from the baseline too, right? Little lefty from the baseline.
Yeah.
Hit a 3 from the right corner. Watching him throughout the offseason.
The pump fake 3.
Watching him throughout the offseason and seeing it again tonight, he loves that right baseline. Like, he's got a good, for whatever reason, sometimes you just have your spot where you see it really well. He seems to see it really well from the right baseline. So that was good to see.
He had his freshman moments. He didn't always make the right reads, the right passes. But it just you're going to go through that with a freshman, especially through the non-con. Any freshman,
right? So, it's going to happen. It's inevitable.
But he had a hell of a night, all things considered.
Great debut.
Moving right along, Mustafa Cham, 18 points, 6 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 5 of 7 from the line. 1 offensive, 4 defensive rebounds, giving him 5, 1 assist, 2 fouls, 5 turnovers, 1 block, 1 steal, 24 minutes played, plus 13.
He's trying to maybe do a little too much in the first half. Looked a little unsure of himself in trying to figure out his role, his position in the first half. Only had 5 and had 3 of those 5 turnovers in the first half. But then second half, 13 points, 4 of 4 from the field, hit a 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. So a perfect second half for Mustafa Cham. 3 rebounds, only 1 foul, 2 turnovers. Definitely the old tale of two halves for Mustafa.
You still want to see more rebounds from him, with him just being as tall as he is.
Yeah.
Down there. I also thought one block was, I don't want to say disappointing. I just want more. Just again, with him being so tall down there. But he certainly was altering shots while he was hanging down around under the rim. But
he's got a nice touch on that little hook.
I loved
talked
it
about that. He's got a good, his footwork's still a work in progress, and he's young. Like that's going to take a little time. But when he gets to that left shoulder with that right hook, he's got a nice touch on it.
I also thought that the lobs to him weren't shitty lobs. That was encouraging because I don't know that there's anybody left on this team that was throwing up shitty lobs last year. I don't even recall Day throwing up shitty lobs. Yeah, I thought he was good. I think you're right. I think he was finding his role on this offense as the game went on. I think we saw shades of that even through the exhibitions, where he wasn't quite sure where he fit in, when he could freely shoot, when he could kind of flex himself. Yeah. But yeah, I think he got more comfortable as things were on. I thought he had a lot of hustle though. Seeing him on the floor after an and one screaming, I'd like to see that kind of energy. So good stuff from the big fella. 10 points for your fourth leading scorer for Jordi Rodriguez. 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 of 7 from the line, 1 offensive rebound, his only rebound, 2 assists, 2 fouls, 15 minutes played, plus 13.
He is much more than a spot-up shooter.
The dogs agree.
Much, much more than a spot-up shooter. Like there is considerably more to his game. He's aggressive. He hustles. He's good on the offensive glass. He does a good job keeping balls alive, even if he doesn't come down with the rebound. He'll get you a tap back or two a game, it feels like. I like his game a lot. I think as the season goes on, we're going to see more and more and more of Jordi Rodriguez.
I think if Buck Harris does miss any amount of time, I think that Jordi Rodriguez getting extra minutes isn't the worst thing in the world, especially through non-conference play. That said, yeah, I thought his shot selection was good. I don't think I was ever like mad at anything he was shooting. Sometimes he looked like he was kind of all over the place. Just a lot of limbs flying everywhere, both offensively and defensively. I don't want to say he was trying to do too much. I just think he's trying to obviously figure out the game and all of that, with the differences between the European style and what you have here in collegiate basketball in America. But I think it was probably a nervous day for him as well, making his debut here in the States in college basketball for the Bearcats. And I think he'll become a little bit more sure of himself and his body in general as the season progresses. But yeah, lots of things there, again, both offensively and defensively, that you can be encouraged by. Real quick, while I'm filibustering for you, as I imagine doing something with the dogs. Thank you to Hunter for the donation. Book it now. Tyler McKinley is going to be a problem for other teams in the coming years. Absolute dog.
You're right. I was handling the dogs, trying to. Tyler's gonna be great. We'll get to Tyler momentarily. I thought Wes made an interesting point on Jordi too.
Yeah.
That we don't really think of. He's adjusting to American basketball more than just on the floor, but mentally. He's talking about like in European ball,
the whole structure of the game is completely different. Yes,
they play quarters. They play quarters. So if you're not near the foul limit towards the end of a quarter and you see somebody just streaking for an easy layup, you'll give a foul. In American ball, because of halves, that one foul can put the other team in the bonus a lot, it leads to putting him in the bonus a lot earlier in the half.
Sure.
And that foul is not as much of a giveaway foul as it is in Europe. So they got to value them a little bit differently. So things like that, you don't really think of when you think about making the transition. There's a bunch of stuff you think about when making the transition. The game's a little bit more physical. The way that the passing lanes and, the rebounding and there's a lot of physical stuff that make the two games pretty different. But then there's also just that little thing right there of, Wes talked, they'll foul and raise their hand up like on purpose. That was me. We got a foul to give. Don't think too much of it. You can do that when you play quarters. When you play halves, it changes the math. And you don't want him doing that because at 10 minutes, it doesn't get erased like it does in the international game. So that part was just a good reminder that there's more to it sometimes than you just think on the surface.
All right, moving right along. Day Thomas with a quiet 8 points, 3 of 11 from the field. A lot of missed shots for him. 2 of 5 from the arc, no free throws, 3 offensive rebounds. Those were his only rebounds of the day. 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 2 blocks, a steal, 27 minutes played, leading all Bearcats, plus 24, also leading all Bearcats.
It didn't look pretty at times. His shot wasn't falling tonight. And this is how it's going to look when his shot's not falling. But I think with Buck being limited, they played him at point a little bit more than I thought. I didn't feel like Kerr played a lot, but then he played 25 minutes.
I didn't think it felt like Day played a lot, and he led everyone.
I felt like Day was out there a lot.
Well, obviously he was. I thought that we know, as we heard all offseason, that Day is the de facto leader on this team. He's the one who's been in the program the longest. He is a point guard, so kind of a leader by nature. That all said, I thought at times that he was doing too much to try and be the guy, and rather than finding his flow in the offense. So again, I don't know if that's just first game and getting that out of the way and kind of settling into your roles, because you really only have 2 games before this to have done so. I hope we don't continue to see this. We've talked last year all over the place how he was extremely selective with his shots. I don't think he was extremely selective tonight. Even against Michigan, he looked extremely selective with his shots. Arkansas, I'm just chalking up to
2 of 5 from 3, 40%. Like, I'm not worried about the 3-point shooting. I thought that shot selection was pretty good.
Agreed.
I don't love pull up 17-foot twos.
You can't be 1 of 6 from 2.
Yeah. Got a shot blocked.
Not if you're the guy who's supposed to be the leader on this team. You can't be 1 of 6 from 2. Especially when you got plenty of other guys who were shooting well tonight.
Yeah.
You also can't have 4 turnovers.
The turnovers were a bigger problem than anything for me. Sometimes a big guy's just going to have turnovers. A bad pass, and he gets. I thought there was 1 or 2 bad passes to Chom that he turned over. That it was more the fault of the guy that threw it to him because they shouldn't have thrown it to him.
Yeah, the pass put him in a bad situation where he was already out of position. Yeah.
Day 4 turnovers. That's That needs to
Not
be
great.
less.
But again, he did lead all plus minus for all of that negativity that we had to say about him. So say what you will. Plus minus is a weird stat.
It's not a game to game. It's not a game individual stat. It needs to be viewed over a long period of time, especially in a game where they just jumped out in front of them quick and never look back. I mean, they beat the crap out of Western Carolina for the better part of the game.
6 points for Kirk Risa in his Bearcat debut. 2 of 4, all threes. Shocker. 3 defensive rebounds, 4 assists, 2 fouls, a turnover, 26 minutes, plus 14. I love Kirk Risa.
2 threes in the opening 90 seconds. Like the second and third possession, he hit threes. And then just kind of, and that's going to be kind of him. He's going to be more of like a heat check guy that is going to hit 2, 3 in a row and then be your point guard. And I'm okay with that.
He was selective with his shots, though. He was a facilitator. He made some great passes, even outlet passes that didn't end up as assists, but simply just pushing the ball down the floor to keep up the tempo that Wes Miller wants to run with this offense. I thought defensively I don't recall him ever really being out of place or trying to scramble to catch up. I thought that even the last foul he got called on, I don't know what charging is anymore. I don't.
The guy gave him one of these.
I'm saying I thought it was charging. So I don't know what charging is anymore. It's a coin flip anytime anybody's driving. But I thought he was fantastic out there. I think he's going to be a great leader on this team. Baba Miller even talked about him in the post-game interview about how he's kind of leaned into a 6-year guy like Kirk Risa. So he's going to be great.
Which is funny because this is Baba's 4th year in college. You're not a young guy.
Yeah, but it's his first year at this level. I mean, that's a little different than.
He's at Florida State for 2 years.
Oh, I thought it was just FAU.
No, he was at Florida State for 2 years, then went to FAU. I just think it's like I respect the fact that they look up to Kirk Risa as a 6-year veteran, but come on, Baba, like you ain't new to college.
I mean, he's also not new to international play either, which Kirk Risa's done. They've both done. So, in any case, and then also with 6 points, Buck Harris, Sincere Harris, 1 of 1 from the floor, and he worked his ass off every time he drove to the hoop. He hit the deck like Day Thomas last year. Just every time he would drive, he was hitting the floor.
Yeah.
4 of 6 from the line, 2 assists, 3 fouls, 3 steals, 9 minutes played, plus 12. Again, we talked about him a little earlier. I thought he was electric out there both ways, both offensively and defensively. I really hope he doesn't miss any amount of time. Hopefully, whatever time he has to miss, if any, is not long.
Hopefully, he's back by Friday. I mean, he's probably not going to be, but hopefully he's back by Friday. I think if his wrist hurts, you just sit him out Friday. You'll be okay.
Probably.
But you don't have a ton of guard depth. So you really need him to not be out for any extended period of time, for sure.
Not be super banged up.
Yeah. His defense is he's just a menace. He's
everywhere. I would look down seeing a pass, and it's just, where did you come from? He's like Spider-Man out there, like just swinging around and just he's there intercepting a pass.
Kelsey said he landed like almost like wherever she was, like 5 times. She sits right on the baseline underneath the basket taking pictures. She's just like, he was in front of me like every other play, it felt like.
Yeah, he hits the deck. It was like watching every time Day Thomas drove to the rim last year.
Yeah.
They were not they were going hard on him. So we'll see what happens with his wrist. Keyshawn Tillery, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the floor, missed his only 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 14 minutes played in his debut, plus 17.
Solid. Freshman point guard. He doesn't come in as like, and I think he can develop into it, but he doesn't come in as a score first point guard. He comes in as a run the team, play tough defense, a point guard, like an old school point guard for now.
I thought he was great. 2 of 4.
I think he's good.
2 of 4 is perfect. Like right where you should probably be in your debut if you're
not taking
Tillery.
A bunch of shots, taking good shots.
Yeah.
Getting to the rim and getting layups, getting fouled, passing the ball, getting to your open teammate. Yeah.
Only 1 turnover, and he made up for it with the steal. Like you mentioned, the 3 assists. I thought he was great.
I agree. I don't know if I go great, but I thought he was really good for opening night.
For a freshman making a debut.
Good.
Yep. Jalen Celestine, 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field, all threes, 1 assist, 3 fouls, 1 steal, 14 minutes played, plus 6.
His shot is pure. There are going to be nights he's going to hit 4 or 5 of them. Like, he's going to be a very, very solid complimentary bench piece. I saw him at the 4 a little bit tonight. I saw him at the 3 a little bit tonight. Like, they moved him around a little bit. Let him play both positions. Yeah, it's not going to be every night because he's not going to have a heavy usage rate. But there are going to be nights where he bangs down multiple threes and gives you a spark in big games.
I thought what he did shooting was fine. Not great, not bad. It was fine. I want to see more of him when he's on the floor defensively, I guess.
That's not who he is. That's not what he's a shooter. He's here to shoot.
That's great. You still have to play the other end of the floor.
Do you expect people to do things they're not like? Do you hire somebody at a job to be a bricklayer when their specialty is plumbing?
Well, this is basketball. We're not asking him to go play football. It's basketball.
They're going to hide. Like, they're not going to ask him to be Buck Harris. Like, he's going to be okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy comparison. You have
Buck
to
Harris can't score. Do you want him to be more of a scorer?
Look, I thought Buck Harris he was not afraid to drive to the rim, clearly. And I thought he was great when he was driving to the rim tonight.
Yeah,
so
it also might be why he's out for however long he's out, because instead of just laying a ball up, he tried to dunk on somebody's head in the first half.
Just got to learn how to land.
It's hard to land when you're 10 feet off the ground. I don't think Celestine is a guy that, like, when he's on the floor, you're like, we need to get more out of him defensively. It's not why he's here.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you can still rebound the ball. You should be doing more than just shooting when you're on the floor.
If he makes threes, all I care about is that he makes threes. Now, the problem there is if he starts missing threes, then you got a problem because he's not giving you a whole lot of help in other areas. But he's going to be like a 15-minute a game guy. Like, you're just putting him in there for 2-3 minute stretches to stretch the defense. Like, you're not putting him in there. I'd be surprised if you see him in there for like 7-8 minute stretches. You know what I mean? Like, you're not using him for extended time, in part probably because of that. But when he's out there, come in, get open, we'll pass it to you. You hit a couple shots. No, Kevin, they actually never practice free throws, ever. It's
They
crazy.
haven't for 15 years.
Not even when they're tired. I've told them you should probably practice free throws when you're tired. But nobody ever listens to me.
Well, didn't they say wasn't it well documented that Aziz was doing it during water breaks last year?
Yeah. He listened. Aziz listened to me. The first guy.
All right. Two more to get to here. Tyler McKinley in his debut as a Bearcat. 2 points, 1 of 2 from the floor, 5 defensive rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 15 minutes played, +5.
This is what Tyler is going to give you. He's going
hustler.
He hustles his butt off. I thought he played good positional defense. I thought he was in the right spot at the right time. He's good at high pointing the ball off the glass and going and getting it. He passes it. Smart player on offense. Like, he's going to have a really, really, really good career here. I don't know that he's ever going to be like the star of the team, but he's going to be an important factor for however long he's here.
He set picks for pick and rolls better than anybody on the team last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
I know
fundamental basketball player.
I know it's not a high bar. I'm well aware that's not a high bar, but
it's not.
It just makes you wonder what might have been last year with Tyler McKinley. In any case. Yeah, I was very pleased.
You have a Trey Scott type ceiling. Different players. The hard part about that, Brandon, is that at the end of Trey Scott's career, he was like a 20 and 10, 20 and 15 guy. I don't know that Tyler will ever get there, per se. That's a very lofty, like, end game. But yeah, I mean, I could see, and maybe even, I think he's better than Trey was his redshirt freshman year. We didn't see much of Trey because he played behind, like, Gary played 35 minutes and Trey played the 5 minutes that Gary wasn't on the floor. But I think his ability at that same stage, I think Tyler is ahead of Trey as redshirt freshman.
I just wonder if you're going to see him do maybe more of like the Eric Hicks mold.
No, what? No, I don't think so.
You don't think he's quite as athletic as Eric Hicks?
I mean, you got to remember, dude, Hicks was like 6'4" and a half. Like, literally, he was like, when they, I think at the it was like 6'4" and a half, 6'5".
But he played as if he was 6'9", 6'10".
He had a 7'2" wingspan. Like, Tyler's just not that. It's a different.
Gangly?
It's a different type of player. Like Eric, if Eric would have wanted to be a tight end and played football his whole life, he would have been like one of the greatest tight ends ever. He was just an animal, and he was 6'5" with super long arms and a freak athleticism. That's not Tyler's everybody. Why did Mick recruit athletes and not basketball players? Tyler's a basketball player. Tyler's a good athlete, but he's not like jump out of the gym, super long arms. Like, he's not like a unicorn athlete. But he's got good size. He understands his body and what he can do and what he can't do. And he's just good at going out and doing it.
Well, tonight he was all over the stat sheet, as somebody in the chat pointed out.
I don't know that I compare him to Trey Scott either. I don't think their games are particularly similar.
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
But in terms of production, I could see him being a 13, 14 point, 7, 8 rebound guy as he gets older and progresses.
Okay. And last but not least, Halvin Zella, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 defensive rebounds, 1 foul, 2 blocks, a steal, 7 minutes played, +12.
Perfect. Give me 3 minutes a half. Go out there, defend your butt off, get some defensive rebounds, set screens. Go be a junkyard dog for like one window, one TV timeout to TV timeout every half. That's what you need from Halvey right now.
In an incredibly small sample size, the limited minutes that you've seen from your backup fives this season is worlds above what you've seen from your backup fives for the last
It's been a while. What, since Nyzier Brooks was backing up Kyle Washington?
Man, I loved me some Nyzier Brooks.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else?
I don't.
Okay. That's going to wrap it up. It might be that we've talked way too much
this whole week already, and it's Monday.
Yeah. And we don't have a day off until next Friday. I'm going to go take some cough syrup and call it a night. All right. That'll do it. Bearcats, 94-63 winners in the season opener. Back in action on Friday. Stay tuned. We'll be here all week. And we'll be here again Friday night for the postgame show. That's going to do it. Thanks to Galactic Fried Chicken. Thanks to Cincy Light from the Cincy Light Studios. This is The Aftermath right here on BearcatJournal.com.
Sick.